Hi Cancer, how are you? This is a love reading I'm doing for you right now in the month of December. So these are for people, anybody you're thinking about right now for a connection. So anybody you're interested in, anybody you might like, anybody you're dating. It could just be somebody you want to connect with, but that is the intention of my love reading. So my intention too is for your energy to be on top, their energy to be on bottom. But if you need to, you can flip the roles. And remember, Cancer, energy is fluid and timing is fluid. So if you think that you resonate more with the energy on the bottom, then that means it's you. Cross watchers are welcome. This is for moon, sun, rising, north node, and any planets that may be transiting any of your houses right now where you have Cancer placements. So let's see, Cancer. How do you currently view this person? What is your current energy, Cancer? Let's start that way. What's your current energy towards this person? The world. That can actually be very positive. I'm actually hearing you view them as the world. They light you up. What is their energy towards you? Judgment. They hold you in high regard is what I hear, Cancer. They hold you in high regard. So, Cancer, how do you feel about this person? The High Priestess. You view them as highly intuitive. How do they view you, Cancer? The Six of Pentacles. The view is very strong, Cancer. Remember I read the energy off the cards. Sometimes I get pictures, and when I say pictures, it's literally like I see a photograph, or I'll see like a movie coming to life, or like a coming attraction too. It's not just intuitive. My stuff can go beyond that. My abilities go well beyond just reading a traditional tarot card. That's why sometimes my videos go on longer than the average person. Or if you watch my general psychic readings, I literally can like watch a wedding happen before my eyes, or I'll pick up on what people are serving and stuff at a dinner party or something. And what is your future action towards them, Cancer? I have the Devil. I'm getting a few things with that. And their future action towards you is the Nine of Swords. You're in their head at night. Both of you are having the same dirty thoughts at night, because the Devil was giving me dirty thoughts. The Devil can represent a lot of things. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. I'm also seeing the Strength card here. The Five of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Hierophant, Five of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, the Hangman, which looks like the Chariot, the Lovers. So, I am interested in seeing what is the blockage. And I'll put timestamps in here for you. This is the blockage for the three of you, or for the three of you. It has 3 on here. It makes me think of Egypt, which actually corresponds with the Judgment card, which is very interesting. It's the Tower, but don't panic, because I see it differently. I was actually seeing it as something completely different, but it looks like the pyramids. And on the Judgment card, it looks like it. I was thinking you had actually a past life together. Some of you, not all of you Cancers, but I was thinking some of you had past lives together in ancient Egyptian times. Some of you, not all of you. So only take that as it resonates. Only take that if you're like really drawn to certain things from like that time frame. Doesn't mean the history, but like the color malachite, or women might like to really wear red lips, or you might really love, women might really love green jewelry. Even people like to wear wigs. Men or women might be really drawn to dark hair. There's lots of things that could be that show you're just drawn to ancient Egypt, Egyptian times. I know I have things that have shown I'm really drawn to ancient Egyptian times. I've even seen one of my past lives from ancient Egypt. So let's see what your advice and guidance is. I always like to pull a couple cards for that, and we'll talk about that later. I love it. It's very good. And potential outcome. And there'll be timestamps for all of this if you want to jump ahead. Well, that one wanted to jump out. Oh. Sometimes, you know, people say tarot isn't real. I mean, I read the energy differently on tarot, and obviously I don't do spreads the way people do a traditional spread, but, you know, when certain things want to come out and talk, they just come out and talk, and you'll see that when you watch this. I love it. It's crazy. 6 of Wands. You're going to have victory over any hurdles you face as a couple. I can tell you that. Someone sees you as very magical. Justice, Page of Wands. So it doesn't matter. Any hurdle you have as a couple, you're going to overcome it. So, Cancer, your energy is... We'll go through your energy first, then we'll go through your connections energy. So you are definitely... Your energy is the world. So the world can represent actually like a new cycle, but it can also mean abundance, travel, success. It's actually ruled by Saturn. So it means you've completed a lot of tough lessons in life, and you're an old soul, potentially. Doesn't mean you are. But I feel some of you Cancers are. And you understand things. I feel you understand the bigger picture, Cancer, within this connection. And you want to travel with this person. You're highly intuitive, Cancer, with the High Priestess being next to this. With it, especially with it being ruled by Saturn, I feel like most of you, if you look at your natal chart, if Saturn is in your 12th house, that means, so the 12th house is the house of mysticism and our subconscious and things being hidden from us. So if Saturn's in your 12th house, that means you've already mastered most things because you're a very old soul. So you're here to more help others with their harder lessons. Your lessons are more about helping humanity or helping the world or helping your community with bigger lessons. You've already mastered the lessons for your soul. You're here for bigger lessons in life, or to help usher people through larger lessons. You're here for the world lessons, not for individual lessons. So if that's the case, you probably are a very old soul and highly intuitive and can see and feel and know a lot. And you're a water sign, which also makes me think you might be intuitive. This is probably specific to some Cancers, not all, right? Which means you can see through people rather easily, with this card here being the Devil. So you can see the trickery. You can see when people are trying to be manipulative. You can see when people are not on the up and up pretty fast. With that being right next to the High Priestess card, it's like, I got your number. Don't even try. That's kind of your energy, but this person views you differently. So they view you as, you are my world. Oh my gosh, you're amazing, Cancer. You're so wise, Cancer. You're so sexy, Cancer. I want to do naughty things, Cancer. I like being around you, Cancer. You're so alluring, Cancer. You have this appeal, this charisma, Cancer. That's the energy you put off to people that wouldn't be at the same like high vibration in terms of like intuitiveness or being a really old soul, which is fine. They would just really enjoy your presence and your knowledge and your wisdom, and that you are intuitive and really smart, and they would find you very attractive too. So your connections energy, yeah, right here it actually says Egyptian. I can't tell if it says God or on here. Of everything Egyptian good. Oh, of everything Egyptian good, because it's the Judgment card. And so this, the Judgment card is ruled by Pluto and Scorpio kind of energy. It's that, you know, rising from the ashes, death and rebirth kind of energy. It's traditionally represented with like, I think it's Archangel Gabriel like blowing his trumpet and people rising from the dead. It's usually what the Judgment card represents. Like, people will be called. So being the High Priestess, you would already know who, which is kind of interesting too, with like people being risen up in the underworld, darkness, Pluto energy, Scorpio, the death and the occult, and the devil. But this is Capricorn major arcana. But still, it's just kind of interesting that the Judgment card is also here. So, but I heard that they saw you as like really like righteous and good. So they were already picking up on like your positive energy. And they saw you as really strong. Like like how Scorpio can, like the rising phoenix from the ashes, right? But they view you as really charitable and humble and gracious. Because with the Six of Pentacles, it doesn't just mean reciprocity, of that equal balance of give and take. It also can mean charity and giving to those who are less fortunate. And so I feel like you are that kind of energy, Cancer, that you're going to help somebody in need. And they view you that way. They view you as this really strong energy, this really strong, intelligent person who you may have traveled the world or may have not, but you are so well read or so wise. They feel you've seen the world. Even if you haven't, you've seen the world to them. And you know how to decipher what's right and wrong and when to help people. And that's what this means with the Six of Pentacles. You know who to give to, using your discernment of like who's manipulative and who's not. If there's people in need, you really know who is in need and who is not, and you give to those who are in need. And that's something they really are attracted to you by. You're both, that's how they feel. They feel you're fair and balanced, that you give to them freely, but you give to others freely who need it too. And you feel that towards them because you're intuitive. And then the actions towards each other, you're both in each other's heads in very alluring ways, right? Because they think of you as this can mean lust, passion, desire. So that's how you think of them. You're very attracted to them. And you're in their head all night, but I don't get it in a stressful way. I get it as in they're fantasizing about you. Like, what can I do with Cancer? Where can I go with Cancer? Where in the world can I travel to with Cancer? What can I experience with Cancer? Because see, you can see this person's smiling. They're like smirking, like with all these like, I can do this with Cancer. I can go here with Cancer. We could try this. So you can see they're I don't get that energy of that stress at night. I get that energy of excitement and potential with Cancer. So the potential blockage is the Tower. And we usually think of the Tower as crumbling and this horrible moment that's going to happen. But that's not what I got when I saw this. That's why I said I felt like some of you might have had past lives together in ancient Egypt. Because this also makes me think of an Egyptian person too. So maybe some of you are actually live in Egypt. I keep getting Cairo. So maybe I'm actually doing a reading for people who live in Cairo. Maybe you give tours to tourists by the pyramids. So that's not a Tower moment. Maybe that's how you met. Maybe you guys met on a trip going to Egypt and this is a happy memory. But I don't have a negative vibe off of this. But because the foundation is so solid. Nothing's on fire and nobody's running. But it's like you're gonna have 3 moments with this person. I feel like Cancer, that because there are 3, but I feel like you've already probably hit 1, so you've got like 2, like 1 more, and then a small one, like 1 big moment, and then another one. But I don't feel like they're crumbling moments. They're those earth-shattering, like this won't. No, this is it. You know, where like you just know relationships are over. I don't feel like it's that, but I feel like there are those moments where you stop and pause. Is this what I want or not? You know, everyone has red flags, right? And it's those red flags of, is this a red flag I can work with and work through with somebody? Or is this a red flag that I gotta run and get the heck out of here? So for each Cancer, it's gonna be different with your connection. Some of you, these are red flags, you run and get out. And other Cancers, it's like, no, of course not. Of course I can work through this. It's something easy. So I think it just depends on the Cancer, that it just depends on what these Tower moments are that you're experiencing. That's my opinion. That's also how I feel and see it. But I think it's just going to be what they are. But I think that's what your blockages will be. I don't think they're those scary moments that we usually think of when we think of a Tower moment, because it just doesn't feel like that. Plus, I'm seeing the moon connected to the star here, and the star is your wish fulfillment, and the moon makes me think of your intuition, Cancer. So you're going to listen to your intuition on this one. And if you listen to your intuition, you won't go wrong, no matter what the outcome is. If you listen to your intuition, you'll be right. So I don't think it's one of those major moments, right? And so this is your potential, this is your guidance or your advice, however you want to look at it. So I always like a few cards. Everyone does it differently. I always like a few cards. So we have the Ace of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Cups, which is kind of interesting because you're counting up. 1, 2, 3. And there's only 3. 3 little bumps you're going to hit with this connection, Cancer. So I don't know. Some of you Cancers may have already hit them all in the blockage. So what I'm getting from this is you obviously are both attracted to each other. I'm also getting that with your, sorry, as some of you who are familiar with the channel, you know that I'll sometimes itch a little bit when I channel or get information. That you've already had clarity or insight, but I feel like you haven't gotten that final epiphany yet. Because see how there's this one that's like floating above the rest? I feel like the final epiphany hasn't hit you yet, and it's coming. And when that comes, because the Two of Swords traditionally means it's Moon in Libra, and it usually means, it's usually like 2 swords crossed, and the woman's blindfolded, and it's like she doesn't know which way to go. So she has to follow her intuition. That's how it's depicted in the Raider White, like the weight, like the traditional cards, right? So I don't get that at all. Because there's no swords that are crossed. And it usually means you're at a crossroads, like you have to make a difficult decision. So it could be related to what that blockage is over here for some of you Cancers. Like, ooh, is this like, you know, one of those red flags I can work through or not? It could be that. But I feel like you're going to have, like, your intuition, like I had said earlier, is going to kick in. And you're going to get that insight that either it's going to be a light bulb moment, or some of you might just hear something intuitively, or you might just feel something, or you're just going to get a vision, a dream, or a snapshot of something, or just know. You're just going to know. However you get your intuition, Cancer, you're just going to know. So with the Two of Swords, I don't see it as the Two of Swords, as the crossroads, because look, it's actually like almost like it's like a circle going around the planet, as if it was Saturn, and you've already had your Saturn lessons. So you already know. And look at the stars, all your wish fulfillments. They've all come true. All of them. It's like this is your wish fulfillment. And look at all the stars up here. It's like I feel like it's already happened. Like you already, you're not at a crossroads. You'll know exactly what to do when you get there. And you can just follow your inner knowing. It's inside your heart because it's your soul, and you already will know the answer. So you don't have to worry, because this is your gift that you've been given for all the lives you've already had. And if you truly listen to it, Cancer, you'll be fine. Because you also have the Three of Cups. This is actually you. This is actually Cancer right here. This is Mercury in Cancer. So that means travel, and it also means communication is what Mercury means. So you could be planning a trip with this person. You could be having really good communication with this person. But it also means joy and celebration and having fun. So I see again the moon here and the moon here. So you're going to be listening to your intuition this whole time, Cancer. You're not going to let it go. Give up. You're not going to give into your fears. You're going to follow your heart, and you're going to follow your intuition. And I just see happiness and joy and celebration. So I feel like your guidance is, if you listen to your intuition, you'll get the insight of whatever that crossroads may be. I don't know if y'all listen to if it was either the Fate of your connection, or if it was, yeah, I think it was the fate of your connection tarot reading. It was a general collective reading. I gave a reading in this card, and I feel like that was really relevant to a lot of you Cancers, because I'm hearing the same thing. I'm hearing the music playing like at Carnival, or the music playing like on New Year's Eve, when you're going to be given this like vision. I think it was, I think it was, I think it was that one. Because that's where you're going to get the knowledge. Or it's like New Year's Eve, or Mardi Gras in Louisiana, or you're going to like a wedding, because this reminds me of it. Yes, I'm being like, yeah, definitely. So you're going to get a vision of something, Cancer, and it's going to confirm what you need. And you're going to a big celebration. So it's either this New Year's Eve, it's either at Mardi Gras, or like around, which is in February, or Carnival season, Carnival, which is also around that same time frame down in Brazil. Or you're going to like a wedding, sometime between December and early March, and you're gonna get a vision, and you're gonna know by then what you want. So your outcome, potential outcome, because remember, timing's fluid. And I absolutely love this. So it's the Hierophant, which is the major arcana for Taurus. And the Hierophant can be a teacher, a mentor, a priest. It can also mean marriage. It can mean learning. It can mean like a father figure. But I'm really picking up on a priest, or like a marriage card. You have the Lovers, which is major arcana for Gemini, but this is not the symbol for Gemini. And I see this as kind of what I was getting between what I was picking up from the Devil card and the Nine of Swords. How the two of you want to be so intertwined with each other. Not just physically, but also like spiritually and emotionally. Like you want your energies so intertwined, where like one doesn't end and the other doesn't begin. Like not just lustfully and passionately, but spiritually and emotionally. You guys just want to be so interconnected that like no one can tell where one begins and the other doesn't. But also in the bedroom too. So some of you could have potentially found your person. Not all of you Cancers. Some of you have. And then the Eight of Cups. So with this card, I feel like it's actually you walking away from all other opportunities, because you're walking toward the one you want to be with. It's not walking away from this connection. For some of you Cancers, I feel like it could be you walking away from this connection, because like I said earlier, I felt like some of these, you're like, those are red flags I don't want to ignore, and I'm out. And that's why I feel like the blockage could be too much with this higher peak. So, you know, always listen to your intuition, because it's never going to lead you wrong. You know, if you do things, and I think I've said this before on other readings, but when you're in flow and the relationship's right, it's easy and it's fluid and it goes. I have said this on other readings. And I use the same example I'm using right now. When it's so difficult, it's like you're a salmon and I'm using this because we have the Lovers out here. It's like you're a salmon and you're fighting upstream, and that's not a healthy relationship, and you should not constantly be fighting upstream. So I feel like that's how you know if it's a good connection or not. It should just flow. if you're fighting, like you're a fish and you're swimming upstream and everything is a battle, everything's a fight, and you have to put too much of your own energy in it that is wearing you out. Listen to your intuition, Cancer, because then you're climbing these mountains on your own and no one's helping you climb these mountains. Those are red flags. So that's when you use 8 of Cups and walk away. Go find your person. And I think those Cancers will walk away in the month of April. Because by then you'll be exhausted. And you'll go find somebody much better who will be in flow with you at your vibration. But I think that's a smaller group. I think a larger group of you are in flow with the right person. And this is you saying, I don't want anybody else. I just want you. So the person's name, I still see this as an A, but I also see it as a V. So their name, like one of their initials could start with an A, could start with a V. You could have met in a month that starts with an A or a V, because there's a lot of languages, right, in the world. I'm hearing Verano and Verano and Verano. So you could have met in February, in Verano. What is that? Winter or January? Let me look that up. Let's really quickly. El Verano. El Verano. So you could have met in summer. El Verano. El Verano. That's what I was hearing. El Verano. So you could have met in summertime, which could be now. You could be meeting now, Cancer. You're also born in the summer, Cancer. And I also heard En Verano, which is the Latin. Oh, that's a Latin word. En Verano is a Latin word. No wonder. Okay, so I also got Latin. So anybody who speaks Latin, I was picking up on that too, because the V was prominent. So you could have met then. So think of all the language. Any language. A V could be a big deal, or an A could be a big deal. Think of seasons. Think of months. Think of initials. See how it can be expansive. But for some reason, a Verano or En Verano is what I was getting, because that's the Latin spelling. For Verano. So I hope that helps, Cancer. I think everything's going to go really well. I think if you've got somebody here, it's going to be very positive for the majority of you. I never want to say all, because it's never for all. The readings are never for all. And remember, if it doesn't resonate for you, it's not your reading. There'll be another reading. So I always like doing love readings. I think they're fun. Actually, I like doing general psychic readings too. Those are actually my absolute favorite. So Cancer, if you'd like a certain reading, please let me know. I'm happy to do it for you. I wish you all a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And on Monday the 11th, I am doing another giveaway for a free free private giveaway for a love reading. I posted it on the community page. Please look at that, and you'll get to pick of 3 different types of love readings I can offer. So if you want to participate, it's free. You just have to watch and leave a comment. So if you want a free private love reading, you can pick. It can be for singles, it can be for in separation, or it can be for somebody who's in a connection. And it's private, just for you, based on your questions you want, just for you. And you can pick if you want tarot, if you want me just to do meditation and freely talk, or if you want me to do an oracle card. So you're the first ones to hear about it, Cancer. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.